Recently, 2 men from Texas were arrested for plotting to invade a Haitian island, murder the men, and enslave the women and the children. And while people online are laughing, calling them stupid, delusional, wannabe colonizers, they don't see the larger picture. This is what happens to a people who become complacent. The strongest nations on earth, they never sleep. They never relax. They improve their fighting position every single day. They build, they adapt, they evolve. They expand their foxhole. But we, Afro-Caribbean people, Afro-Latin people, Afro-Americans, Africans, we have become a target that never moves. A target that never shifts, never upgrades, never evolves, never modernizes. So the enemy gets unlimited attempts. They get to try, fail, regroup, and try again, until eventually they get it right. Because the target stayed still. That's why when I hear the Maroons in Jamaica arguing with the government about a treaty from Britain hundreds of years ago, I have to ask, where is the improvement of your foxhole? Where is the evolution of your defense? Where is the modern strategy? Because the enemy has evolved. Governments evolve. Corporations evolve. Empires evolve. They've moved on to satellites, drones, intelligence networks, international alliances. But we are still quoting treaties from the 1700s, as if the world is frozen in time. And to our brethren in Suriname, the same story. Maroons facing modern threats, with ancient tools, fighting corporate giants, with outdated assumptions, living deep in the forest, as if the outside world would remain peaceful and unchanged. But listen well, we moved into the woods thinking life outside would stay the same. But the world kept changing, and they came back. Because they always come back. There is a thirst for power, a hunger for control, a generational desire to own not just the land, but to own you. And I've said this over and over again. Just because one snake doesn't bite you, doesn't mean another won't. You can teach and coach and talk all day. You can meet one nice one, one good one. But remember, this is a lineage, a mindset passed down through thousands of years of conquest and domination. One generation might act civilized. The next might rise up with the same venom as their ancestors. This is why the 2 Texas men are not an isolated case. They are a reflection of ancient behavior resurfacing through modern tools. And yes, we had our sellouts who made the conquest possible. They also come from a lineage of evil and should not be trusted. That is why everyone goes through the venting process. People say those 2 men are stupid, but their blueprint is identical to what major nations and powerful families do at scale. 1. Demonize a people. 2. Dehumanize a people. 3. Attack, destabilize, extract. The only difference? These 2 didn't have the government machinery behind them, but the mindset they followed? That's global. That's historical. That's inherited. And while we trust our governments way too much, even when we say we don't, the most powerful people and families on earth move differently. They don't trust their governments at all, so they own the government. The army and police force that you think is here to protect you is here to protect their investment, and you just so happen to be their investment. So, sure, you'll get some protection. The rulers build corporations. They build think tanks. They build alliances. They build private networks that can influence governments. Meanwhile, our governments were created by these same families and interests. Yet we are walking around unprepared, unprotected, and overly trusting. We have become indoctrinated with forgive and forget. Our head in the sand, we behave like a people trying to heal, live, and die. They behave like a people trying to dominate. You forgive. They strategize. You forget. They calculate. You relax. They rearm. Even with all the wealth and power on earth, they move like they are a target, like people are out to get them. And therefore they prepare like they are the strongest. But we, the ones who are actually vulnerable, behave like danger disappeared. And here is the truth that hurts. We are a static target in a world full of moving predators. If you don't move the target, the arrows will eventually find you. If you don't rebuild your foxhole, it will eventually collapse. If you don't adapt, evolve, and strategize, you will be overtaken by those who do. This is why Maroons are still fighting for land. This is why Rastafarians are losing land. This is why local people across the Caribbean are being disinherited. This is why Haiti is being exploited again and again and again. Most Afro-Caribbean people has forgotten Haiti. The battle is not over, but Haiti and certain African nations are the only ones pushing back. And when I say Haiti, I am not referring to all Haitians, because I personally know some sellouts who went and marry French men, but still say they are for Haiti. Whose version of Haiti are you for? We stay still, while they keep coming. Nobody has to conquer a moving target. But a target that never moves? Anyone can eventually hit it. Hear me clearly. The world is changing. Power is shifting. Threats are evolving. If we, the children of Africa, do not improve our fighting position, mentally, culturally, economically, strategically, then history will repeat itself again and again. This case in Haiti is not just a crime. It is a warning, a reminder, a message from the ancestors. Protect what we fought for. Move with the times. Evolve your strategies. Strengthen your unity. Improve your foxhole. Because complacency will always lead to captivity, and a target that never moves will always be hit.